too, where I almost killed myself. Okay. For some reason, this is giving me a hassle, so we're just gonna do a test. Not a test, but my quilt on this side here. Probably at some point I'm gonna need a microphone, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, my goal this year was to make more content. What are we doing? Okay, so you do know how to work. Anyway, my goal this year was more content, whether on TikTok or YouTube, so we're starting with YouTube. I am making, the other one was nonverbal, because I'm crazy. I'm doing two, one small and one large, and the new Flyway cotton cuts mystery. So Tulip Pink is Freebird, and then Untamed by Tulip Pink, and then Rose Walk on the Prairie is Rose French. This is true me at the core. All of these reproduction prints and Little House on the Prairie feeling and all that stuff. That's what I like, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. My daughter wants this one, so we're making this one for her, and let's see if it's gonna Also, I bought this desk. One of my favorite YouTubers, he has one, not in this color, she has like a regular one. And I do have another setup, which is, if you've been on my, you know what I need is washi tape right here. If you've been on my TikTok, then you've seen that I do have another space set up, but that is in a common area of my house, and not really conducive for sewing or anything really public. I have to do voiceovers all the time, or else try to sew on the weekends, and that's not always possible. So here I am in this room. My middle daughter has mostly moved out. She still has her stuff here, but I did decide to set up in here. It's just more convenient. It's hot as hell in this room though, so there is that problem. Therein lies a singular issue that I am having. That's what a fan's for, so I'm good. But overall, it's fine. Yep. So then this one, now I have to remember what C is. A dark green. Okay. Also, I don't really use steam. I used to, but I recently stopped because I don't like how it distorts my fabrics a lot. So I just oh, that's hot. Them Licio irons are hot as hell. I will tell you that. Okay, so then this one, so I'll have two of these guys. And I could only do one at a time, because if I tried to do both, I'd probably lose my train of thought on what I was doing. I do need to figure out my setup a little bit better, but if I don't start, I spend all my time planning and never start. So. Chair is too short for this, so I do need to bring up my other chair, I think, or at least maybe borrow my daughter's chair. She's got my old chair. I'm gonna let that cool for just a minute. Okay, and then I need D, which is this little guy. So this one can go back. These guys can go back to their respective places. Oh, maybe not an A. too. Isn't it cute? Anyway, this is my second time doing a Cotton Cuts mystery quilt. We didn't see that, just ignore it. I did do spring last year, which I don't remember what it was called. It was Wild West is now for fall this year, but what was last year's? Was it Carnival? I don't remember. Was not Carnival. That was another year. Anyway, I did it in the Cheddars and Indigo. Again, reproduction, right? Like that's what speaks to me. Oh, sorry, that's hot. That's also a real problem for me. I swear a lot. So I have to make sure I don't do that. I want to get real good at bleeping things out. I'm gonna have to pause in a minute and get some washi tape because I'm already feeling like it's gonna be a problem. And then we need one more of these and then it can go back. I remember I was watching when the Cotton Cuts did their reveal and they talked about like to decide if you like the fabric collection or not is I think it's like the top color is the most used. Oh, I cannot. Now I can't remember for the life of me what she said, of course, right? That would be too convenient, but essentially she talked about like what it meant in the color wheel. So if you're looking at it, this color wheel right here, this one's always the binding, this bottom one, and then she talks about which colors go next to each other and stuff like that. So you got to really be mindful when you're choosing, because you may like it, but then if there's one fabric in the collection you don't like, that one could actually wind up being the most prominent or whatever, and then you're upset because it's not what you wanted or what you thought it would be. This time around, there's a lot of static in here because my fabric is getting staticky. Okay, so now you're gonna do C and D. I don't have my alphabetties up here, otherwise I just use those, but I don't have them, so it would have been wise to bring it up. C and D, yeah, next to each other. How many am I making? 2. But fun fact, I do still haven't finished the other one. I was making it. I was finishing it. I got the finishing kit and everything. For some reason, it was like way behind getting to me. I don't know why. So I got the finishing kit and everything was good. And then I'm like halfway through making it, putting it all together, and a couple of my blocks were wrong because I wasn't checking to make sure they looked correct after I did them. So then I wound up having to rip those and make them all over again. And then since it was late at night, I got frustrated and my thread was breaking and I didn't feel like cleaning my machine, so I was like, well, I'm done. And that is where it has sat since. So yeah, if you're curious. So I do need to finish that one though. Oh, Tree of Life, that's what it was called. I knew I'd remember eventually. Tree of Life. That was really cute. I really liked it. It was a real surprise kind of pattern. I didn't think I would like it. Actually, what really got me was, so I did see the reveal before my finishing kit came. I don't know why. It was like delayed or who knows. So But everybody had chosen like other colors. Hardly anybody chose enchanting or enchanted colorway, which I thought was foul because I was like, it's the best freaking colorway that there is. So I don't know why you would not choose it, why you would be so hateful to such a beautiful colorway. But they were, and so it was really hard to find anybody who was like doing my colorway. So yeah. Broski. Oh. So Aurifil thread goes best when it's laying sideways, but I have top spindles, so I bought this little thing, and every once in a while, I don't know how it magically like stops like being over it. Don't look at what I'm doing, just, I know I'm stupid, okay? We don't have to. This has been established. There's probably a better way to do that, but I have such a hard time. Anyway, every once in a while it does that, and then it becomes like a nightmare, and I feel like I'm not like sewing correctly. So I don't know what its problem is. Truthfully, this thing is meant to hold like metallic thread, I guess. That's like what its job is, but you know, I'll do what I want with things that I want, and plus I can't find anybody to make me a side holder one, so there's that. Okay, so D, C and D, D and A. This is where I get like, see, I feel like I didn't, there we go, like that. This is where I get like messed up. This is how I messed up the other one. So I was kind of just going off of vibes, I guess. I don't know. I do need to finish it though. It's real pretty. Actually, even worse, I have like a ton that I need to quilt. My favorite thing in the world is to make quilt tops, but I just have kind of these older, or this one's older, and then I have a Project Runway Brother machine, and oh, I kind of don't, I don't love that. I'm gonna have to rip that. Of course I bring my seam ripper, and neither of them are like have a big enough throat space really for free motion for me to feel comfortable enough to do it, so you know, it's just life. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to get my seam ripper and my little cutter as well, my little mat, and then push this around just a little bit so that it makes better sense. BRB. Okay. I didn't bring my mat because, I don't know, I'm dumb. Anyway, I always have lip balm because of the fabric. It's so freaking dry around here that, like I have to have water, I have to have lip balm, I have to have all kinds of stuff, or I'm gonna be like parched. My lips like right away get so dry. But I did bring some washi tape, so good luck. I'll be doing that. I'll see if I can do this without ripping the fabric, because sometimes I just cannot. My shoulder started hurting, so I took some ibuprofen. Come on. Okay, perfect. Okay. I have a little like trash thing right there. I don't know if I should. I think I'll focus on that down there. This way. Let me put the washi tape on. So if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, is sometimes right here. So like, especially because I have this table, it's not perfect. It's built for my machine, but all things are not created equal. And sometimes, like this is a little bit taller, but anyway, what winds up happening is there creates this little lip, and you can really see it right there. See how it's just like a little bit taller than the rest, and I don't know why. And then if this is like a little bit higher, but if I don't make it higher, then it's like it won't be as tall. So I kind of just have to play with it a little bit to kind of see like what gives me the best, what do you call it, height, stability, all that good stuff. So what I do to avoid when I'm sewing and my seam will, like if I want my seam to be like this, but when I'm sewing this lip catches it, it'll flip it that way, I just put washi tape right there. So that's what I do to help it. If you have a Seam Sew Easy Guide, that also works. I've done that in the past too. I just don't feel like using it currently. Well, and when I use this foot, this is a 1/4 inch foot, my Seam Sew Easy Guide and this foot do not get along. So if I want to use a 1/4 inch foot like this, I can't use my Seam Sew Easy Guide. It'll just get caught and create like a big mess. So I just don't do it. I just avoid that problem. The washi tape isn't forever though. Obviously it will start eventually like coming up, causing problems, all that good stuff. So I just use it sparingly. Okay, so I guess that's just how it's gonna look, but that looks better. Okay, and then I press to this one. I do have an Alicio Mini. I got it on Woot. I don't know if you guys have ever used Woot. I've been using Woot for like 100 years. And Woot.com. Anyway, they have a lot of like deals. I used to use them for t-shirts. They had some of the cutest shirts in the world. And I don't know, I stopped using them after a while. And so then I was looking for one because, I've been looking for an iron. I really want the Rowenta steam with like the little thing and everything. The like where the water reservoir sits separately, because that sucker gives out so much steam. I know I just said I don't use steam, but I do like to use steam when I'm first ironing fabric. But for like everyday little things, actually at my other sewing area, I have an old vintage iron that I like to use because there's no steam in it and it makes it really hot and stuff like that. Anyway, long story long, I was Googling and I found that they had the Alicia. These are the older ones. They're not the newer ones. So they had these for like, I don't know, 20 bucks, 34 bucks, something super cheap in my opinion. So I bought it. I think it's a refurb. And I was like, well, that's cool. I'll take that. So I did. And now it's mine and I love it. My husband's always asking me, see, do you see how I'm losing my mind? Okay, my husband's always asking me if I want like the other one that like races, the big style, and I don't. I do and I don't. For 200 bucks, I feel like I'd rather have the Rowenta with the steam, because I feel like that would just better suit my needs, I think, than the other Alicio. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna re-iron this because I don't like it. Well, I'll do that. I'll pull this off. This is a quilt on the side. A lot of quilters do this, or they do like a secondary quilt, and what it does is if you have an older machine or a machine that doesn't automatically cut thread, when you start and stop, it saves thread, right? Like from pulling your piece out and having to cut like a whole bunch of threads and everything like that. So anyway, I'm making one from Lori Holt. She did on her channel. It's 9 patches using 1.5 inch squares, and then 9 patches using 2.5 inch squares. And what you wind up doing is you put background around the smaller ones to make them as big as the 2.5 inch squares, and then it creates like a, what does she call it? Spare change, I think is what it's called. Anyway, it's called spare change. It's a great quilt. I've been making it for a while because I actually haven't been sewing as much as I would like. Work has been, I feel like, taking up a ton of my time, and my free time sometimes I just want to do nothing, and the sewing while it's like cool and calm and collective for me, cutting and doing all that, sometimes like, I don't know, it's still a lot. My daughter has been coming over, my oldest, every Saturday. And we've been having sewing club, which is basically where I'm teaching her to sew. We're not making quilt. Well, she's not making quilts. I make whatever I'm making, and then she makes things she wants to make, and I help her out. She has a lot. She has my older sewing machine, and so far she has made some zipper pouches, some book sleeves. Oh, that was ugly. And some other stuff. I'm trying to think what else. She's trying right now to make this Game Boy pouch, not Game Boy, oh my gosh, Switch. She has a Switch Lite. She's trying to make this pouch for the Switch Lite, and it's giving her huge problems. And even me, I'm reading it, and I'm like, I don't like this pattern. This is like a terrible pattern. It's not terrible. It's just that there's no video for it, so I'm not. And it's kind of a little advanced, more than I think either of us thought it would be. So, anyway, I haven't made any quilts in a while. I've been working on like some stuff for my mother-in-law. Her birthday came up, so I lied. I did make her a quilt. I made her a rag quilt, but not traditional like piecing like this. So I made her a rag quilt, some pillowcases, and pillows to match, and some other stuff. So that's what I've been working on while she was sewing, and that's been a lot of fun. So, and in that situation, we're down in the kitchen, which again is a common area, so can't really film there. But she's learning, and that's what's important. She's not interested in making a quilt. I think she kind of is, but kind of isn't. So she's like interested in more like, I think she's looking more like cosplay, stuff like that. So, which is fine. You got to learn basics anyway. So I'm teaching her all of that. I feel like I should press these open, even though it says to press to one side, but there's so many freaking seams. This is so awful. I don't know. We'll see how I do on the second one. And the fun thing with, like, if you do the small and the large, is that they are different. Like, they're the same. It's just scaled down, but it is still a little bit different. You don't make as many blocks, obviously, the pieces, but everything kind of looks the same, but it's pretty nice. Okay. Okay, so now I sew small B triangles to top right, left, bottom of a large A. Okay. B, how many am I making? Two. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys watch Arkansas Gals. You should. She's great. I watched her do this. She is such a sweetheart. She's hilarious. She was doing this one right here, and it just broke her whole mind. She could not figure out what it was wanting her to do, which like how to do it. She started like second guessing. She was like questioning everything in her life. She was like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand what's going on. She was like, so to sew this block, it's a square and a square, right? All you have to do is sew these here across all the way, and then it'll do it. She was doing it, I can't even tell you, you have to go out. She was going like this and trying to sew it, and she was like, this isn't making any sense. I've never had to cut anything with cotton cuts, which is true. Everything is pre-cut, so you don't ever have to do any cutting. Like, this is how the blocks all come, so you literally just sit and sew, right? Like, that's all you're doing. And she was losing it, and she's like, well, I'm not going to cut anything just yet. She's like, I'm going to wait and see, because this doesn't feel right. And then after she does it, she's still looking at it, and then I don't know, something clicked in her. I don't know if she looked at it, watched a video, saw someone else do it, and she was like, I knew that wasn't right. That and the size was wrong, because it's supposed to make a 6.5 by 6.5, and that sucker was like 4 inches big. She was like, there's just no way that this is right. But yeah, it was hilarious. because at first I was confused. I was like, yeah, you're doing it right. But then I too was like, wait a minute, that can't be right either. You don't have to cut anything with cotton kits. What is she doing? So, yeah, you don't have to cut anything. It's all comes like this. So, okay, so there's this one. We're just, yay, look how pretty. Let's see how this one came out. It came out better. You'll lose some of there. It should be fine. I don't know. I just sew because I love it. If I was gonna be a perfectionist, then I wouldn't sew, because nothing ever comes out right. And the only way that I get better is if I don't know, if I do it, which is why I'm filming, because I feel like it's gonna give me the energy if I give myself like a reason, right? Anyway, here's the other one. I don't know which way they're supposed to go. Let's see. This one goes to the B. So, anyways, you just don't want to like be stuck saying, I gotta get the perfect setup, or it has to look exactly like this, or I have to have, you know, the right tools, or all of the tools is like another thing too. I think a lot of people kind of get behind. You know, my original setup, I even built my desk, and it's just some pallet boards, and he painted it a color that I like, that I got from work. I work in a paint shop, I work at a painting company in a paint shop, and watch me be talking to nothing. No, I still have. Watch me not be recording. No, I'm recording. Okay. Anyway, I work for a painting company here where I live, and we, at one point, we had like a ton of paint. So a couple years ago, I just grabbed some paint, and I was like, paint it this color. So we painted it that color, and it was all good. But yeah, so anyway, that's what I've been working on. And then I actually do like to sew down there. But if I want to film, if I want to do anything else, I have to find a quieter space, or else all my videos are gonna have to be voiceovers, because it's just too loud, too much, the TV, all that stuff. I don't know why I just put those up there, because I need them again. Okay. Anyway, we'll see how much of this let's see if I post this. If you see it, then you know I was mostly okay with it, I guess. This is my old machine. Funny story about this machine. It's like my ex-mother-in-law's. She gave it to my oldest daughter, and she was like, if she doesn't ever want it again, give it back to me. How, I ain't giving you back. I'm keeping it. And so anyway, I've kept it. I don't know her nothing, so it's fine. And I didn't use it for a real long time because it really needed servicing, and I just had never gone to get it serviced. So a couple years ago, I went and I did that. I paid about $85, and they were able to fix it for me. There was nothing wrong with it, and then it needed to be cleaned and oiled, and I needed it cord. For some reason, well, with all the moving I've done, I lost the power cord, so he was able to find me a cord. So that was nice. And I'd had this brother, the simple little like $88 one from Walmart. My husband had bought me that one originally, and I like that one. I even got like a little extension table. It's the one my oldest daughter has now. Oh, that's hot. And anyway, so he cleaned and oiled this for me over at Bob's, and she's worked ever since, and I keep her very nice and clean and ready to go. I bought a ton of presser feet for it. And then I got this hankering that I was going to, I wanted another machine. I wanted a computerized one. So I did. I went on Facebook Marketplace and I bought the Brother CE1125 Project Runway, PRW, right? Or PR. And I do use that one. I like to use it when I make dolls, the little stuffies or whatever, or clothes, or anything that I'm not like, I don't know. Quilting I do on this one. I try to do all of my piecing on one machine. I've found if you switch between machines, it can get hairy. So I just do my piecing on one. And then, because I have learned the hard way that you always need more, we're not going to talk about that, okay? You always need more than one sewing machine. We went thrifting New Year's Day, 2023, I think it was. And I can spot a sewing machine in a cabinet a mile away, okay? I know exactly what it looks like. And I found one, real nice one. If you go on my TikTok, which is the same as this YouTube, you can see it. And it's an old Singer touch and reel. I don't know. Anyway, it's real cute. She's a cutie. I love her. But she is in a desk, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to bring her in and out. So these two go together. So she stays downstairs. I made my rag quilt on that one, the kitty cat one. Again, if you want to go to my TikTok, you can see that there. I should use her more. I should take her out and bring it up here. But anyway, I find for piecing my quilts, I prefer using the same one all the time. It just makes it better. All the pieces are kind of the same. And then after having two machines that I couldn't oil or clean as good as I want, I realized I wanted one that I could like kind of take care of myself. So like this one, this opens up and you can oil and get clean in there, you know, clean a whole bunch of areas. You can kind of take it apart. My brothers, I find, do not. You're not supposed to oil them because only if it says if you need it to get oiled, you should really go take it to get like professionally done. So anyway, I feel doing this, not the quilting, but the yapping. I used to listen to this podcast and the most non sequitur way. But anyway, to go to bed, it's called Sleep With Me. So if you've heard of it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like him right now. So if you need to go to bed, just like put this YouTube video on. You know? Put this on and go to sleep. Because the way that I am bouncing around topics and like thoughts, y'all could be asleep. You could be dead asleep. Anyway, I know you can't see what I'm doing over here, but I am ironing. Okay, here we go. There's this one. She's kind of cuties. Okay, the other one's still under the needle, so let's work on this, which is the F. And again, I should have brought my alphabetties up, and I didn't because I gotta still do the other one. F is this green. Let me tell you, okay, this fabric's gonna kill me because I am like, dude, why, dear God, why did I choose this? Is what I tell myself as I was like putting it together. I was like, I have a mental problem putting this together. So it was a little hassle trying to distinguish between F and E, but I got to it in the end. And this is gonna look really cute because it's gonna be really loud, I think. And I kind of like that. I kind of enjoy that. This, I think the large is gonna have borders on it. Oh, no, yeah, it's gonna have like a border. I don't know. I guess we'll see what the other one looks like. I probably won't put these up together. I will put them up separately. So it will be all in one video. Be a rolling video. I don't even know how long this is gonna take me. I think I'm going to, between videos, switch my chair, do my alphabetties, and go from there and do that. Anyway. So this one you press 2, your like arrows. Ugh, my fan. Okay. I'm not joking. This one and my vintage iron gets so hot. It's not just getting hot. They like stay hot. The fabric stays super hot. I did wind up I had an old, I don't know, Sunbeam. I don't know what I had. Iron, and when I cleaned it, it suddenly decided that it was like done with life. It didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I wound up getting a Rowenta, just regular $40 iron. And then, stupid me, what did I do? I was putting some soft touch or silky touch. I don't remember what it's called, but it's that, interfacing you use for embroidery to make it not hurt, like tender touch. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Anyway, I put some tender, bam, we got stuck. That was weird, putting some tender touch on. I was trying to put it on, and I don't know why I did that. I don't understand why. I was like, let me, and then you know what I did? I freaking put the iron right on it, right on the stabilizer, instead of putting a cloth over it. Do not ask me why. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if I was like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I'm stupid, okay? We're not gonna talk about it. So literally, I am like hovering the iron over the stabilizer, and I'm not joking. It is like curling up before the iron even touches it. And then I touch the iron to it as I'm watching this stuff like curl up, and it gets stuck to my iron. And I was like, are you joking right now? Are you joking me? I just ruined this brand new iron that I bought just a couple days ago. Like, what is wrong with you? What kind of moron are you? And so I was like, cool. Thanks, appreciate it. Luckily, when I went to the next day, I just walked away from it because I was so upset. It's like, okay, fine, this is what it is. I let it cool off. I let my iron cool off and everything, and I wound up it wound up hardening, and good lord, it wound up hardening enough that I was able to just like peel it off and like break it apart or whatever. So yeah, fun times for me. If you're curious, don't do that. Put a cloth over it. Don't be stupid like me. So anyway, it does work, because I was putting it on this jacket that I have, that I bought at Sam's, and all of them have tender touch except this one patch for whatever reason. I don't know, and it was bugging the crap out of me, so I wound up getting frustrated. And then, I don't know if everybody else does this, but I do it to myself all the time. I'm gonna put this here so I remember where it's at. I don't know where it's at. I never know where it's at. So I couldn't even find my tender touch for a long time, and I was getting frustrated, and I was about to buy another one. And then I was like, no, I know it's here. And I found it was on my pegboard where I put it, so I'd remember. I didn't remember, okay? You never remember. Anyway, so I did that. But it was really pissing me off because it was like real scratchy. So I put the tender touch on, and now it's fine. Now everything is a-okay. This looks really nice. How pretty. Oh my god, it's so hot. That's sucker be getting hot. Sometimes I will say, my machine makes me angry. Because I'm like, girl, just work how I know you can work. But she want to make me upset, so whatever. It's whatever, guys. She still is the best. Thank you. I talked to her nicely. Ooh. Looks like a little Hawaiian shirt. I love these big bold fabrics too. Although I will say when it comes to quilts, I like both. Like I fell in love with like Lori Holt, but I also like the traditional, Civil War quilts or whatever. I always joke like, what are the new colors gonna be when this is all over? But anyway, I like that old style Little House on the Prairie cottagecore, pinks and roses and browns. Kansas Trouble reproductions are some of my favorites. I do like a lot of reproductions. I like to use, that's that one. I like I bought a couple quilt kits from Carriage Country Quilts. Carriage Country. Anyway, Google them, they're great. But they do a lot of reproductions and they do a lot of stuff I don't like to do, which is like felt applique or applique in general. That's not my favorite. I don't particularly love applique. No thank you. No thank you. Okay, so we're done with those. So I need A, and then B, which is this blue, or this purple, not blue, and C, which is, we know, green, and D, which is this. Okay. And we're making another square and a square with B. It's gonna go like the, I hope, let's see, B and B, and then, no, is this D? Yeah, this is D. I'm telling you. I will give it to Cotton Cuts because they are very good at it. So it's gonna look like that. I know you probably can't see that, so sorry guys. But I do give them, they provide a lot of fabric. They are very good about it. I don't know why I did that. I still need two. I'm a smarty pants. They provide, everything's cut with, I think they use AccuQuilt. I think I saw on their TikTok, so everything is cut to size, no dog ears, no nothing, right? Like you just get to sit and sew, which is nice. Also, since this is the first video that I'm posting, it's going to be awful. And you know that I'm going to ramble a lot, so hopefully it won't be so bad in the subsequent ones. So if you hang on, it's going to get better. I promise, guys. I promise. Take my word for it. It's going to be better. We're going to get better. I need another one of these. Okay. Stick with me, guys. Stick with me. Stay with me. So what's everybody watching? I don't know if I'm a terrible person for this, but I don't have cable. I stream everything because, I don't know, it's been like almost 10 years or more, I want to say, since I have had any kind of cable TV in my house. So everything I watch is Netflix, YouTube, Hulu. I do have a lot of streaming services, so there's that. But like, I don't watch. I've been trying to watch Yellowstone. I think I'm up to season 3. Beth got beat up. That's all I remember. I think was the last thing I remember. I did watch 8. And please don't come at me, okay? Because I don't know. But I watched 1923. I haven't finished it, okay? And I'm on season 1. And I watched 18, whatever that other one with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill is. That was a good one. We finished that one. And I'm gonna watch, I did try to watch that show with Billy Bob Thornton, The Oils, Lawman. I don't know what it's called. Again, don't ask me. I started the first episode, and then my husband was like, I want to watch that. So then I stopped watching it, and we haven't watched it since because I can't watch movies or TV shows with him. And then I watched, what I'm really watching right now is The Pit. That's like probably the only new thing I'm watching. Me and my youngest daughter watch that every Thursday. We love it. We are in love. I love Noah Wyle, except for when he was the bad guy in that Jennifer Lopez movie, but I forgive him because it was a Jennifer Lopez movie. But I love him. I loved him as Dr. Carter in ER. Like, I religiously watched that show when I was younger. So shout out Noah Wyle. Thanks for coming back. To be still a really cool doctor in a TV show that I'm in love with. And then I of course will always rewatch The Sopranos every opportunity that I get. One of my favorites. Just what I do. But the newest thing that I have watched, and I'm not even joking when I say this. A couple of weeks ago, I was sick with COVID and I was home from work. Well, I was working from home, and so, well, in between, I was watching like Netflix or whatever, and I was alone, so I was excited because I can't watch movies with anybody in my family or TV because it constantly turns into commentary and questions, and I feel like that, let me make a PowerPoint for you, type of person, and so I get really annoyed right away. So I watched this movie on Netflix, and I thought it was a new movie. I was so proud of myself. I was like, man, I'm hip, catching up. Spoiler alert, it was not a new movie, okay? It was not a new movie. It was from 2018. It was The Clove Hitch Killer. It was good, don't get me wrong. It was a great movie. But, yeah, I was 5 years behind the times. But it was a good movie. Phil McDermott was great. I really liked it. But, anyway, that's where I'm at. So, drop what you're watching, because I do like to watch new things. I know I do watch a lot of like reruns, or not reruns. I guess that's what the old people say. Reruns, I guess you could call them reruns. But I'll rewatch like The Sopranos, ER. What's the other one that I was watching? Oh, CSI. Just Miami and regular Las Vegas. I don't watch the other bootleg one. My daughter super watches Law and Order, SVU, because Olivia Benson. I will watch the original, but I haven't in a long time. I don't know. I did just watch this TikTok. So, I don't know. If you're not on TikTok, you won't know. But there's this trend where it's like, what's your favorite horror movie? And then, which they're doing it wrong because they're really just picking a scene from a show or a book or a movie and saying, oh, when this happened. That's like not the question. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, the trend is, what's your favorite horror movie? And then you pick a scene that like traumatized the crap out of you. In case anybody is interested, my horror movie scene is when they lock up Dumbo's mother from him and she has to sing to him through the bars. It's my horror movie because when I was little, when that movie came out, or anyway, I don't know when it came out, but when they showed it at the base, because my dad was in the Navy, I cried, and I made my mother take me home and leave my brother in the theater to watch the movie while she took me home. And then she had to leave me, 3-year-old me, home alone because my brother was at the movies, and my brother was 7. If I was 3, he was 7. If I was 4, he was 8. At the movie theater because I threw a fit and told her I don't want to watch this anymore. I want to go home. I want to go home. And my brother was very responsible. So anyway, she had to leave me at home to go pick him up from the movie theater after he finished watching the movie. So traumatized. Anyway, oh, that's cute. Pretty. Okay. And then we're gonna connect these two guys. Make sure I do it right. B goes here and this side doesn't matter. So yeah, anyway, I digress. Me and my ADHD getting the best of me. So the trend is, what's your favorite horror movie? And you, whatever. So I'm watching the trend, and they did the scene from Rizzoli and Isles where Detective Frost is in a car accident, and because he really did die in real life, you know, everybody's like, the actors weren't acting, oh my gosh, yada yada yada, because they were really sad because he was gone, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, yep. So now I'm like, I should watch Rizzoli and Isles again, because I did like that show. I think that missed, I don't know if I caught that. And so I don't think I watched all the episodes of that one. I think I only watched some of them. I don't know, we'll see. So I might watch that. But if you have a favorite comfort show, let me know what it is. I'm happy to watch it. Happy to watch it. Okay, so this, and back at you again, like this. See if I can't not do that again. Probably though, because we'll see if I lose that point. I don't think I'll lose that point. I've been sewing a suspiciously long amount of time, and I'm not losing that point. But oh, I caught it. Ooh, I didn't lose the point. Which one am I doing that to this one? I am notorious for losing points, so at the end of the day, don't care, because I just want a cute quilt. And most people don't know, I'm not submitting these to like the state fair or anything. I'm not looking for competition. Don't ask me for that. Okay, so now I have this A and F combined with this guy, B, no, whoa. Was I supposed to make more? Lord help me. No, make two. What? Oh, okay, man. Okay. I feel like that Peter Griffin. Whoa. Okay, this is how it's supposed to go. Okay, let me double check. Okay, B, 4 B's and an A, my little arrow, E, an F, and A. Okay, yes. That's awesome. One of my favorite TikTok sounds. That one and the Lego Batman. No. Where he's all around the house. Top tier sounds for me, bro. I am chronically online, guys, so I will know about a trend. I will, in fact, talk about a trend. I will be doing a trend on my TikTok eventually. You know what I mean? Like, your girl's chronically online. It's just who I am as a person. I can't stop it. So you just have to live with it. Well, you don't have to live with anything. You guys can always turn off the video at any time. My husband has to live with it. Be sad for him. Don't. He's fine. Don't you worry. about Stanley, okay? You mind your business. I did joke with my brother about that. This is how my mom treats my dad sometimes. Or, like, you joke that she treats him. She doesn't, okay? So don't call the cops. They're fine. But it's that Brittany Broski sound where she's like, don't you worry about Stanley. Or, he gets fed twice a day. Fed and water twice a day, and sunlight on the weekends. Don't you worry about Stanley. You mind your bleep business. And so I made a video just for my family. I didn't put it on my TikTok or anything. And I sent it out to all my kids and was like, Nana with Papa. That's what they call my parents. Nana and Papa. And I sent it to my brother and I was like, Mom with Dad. Oh my God. But yeah, that's what it's like. So, or the other one where it's like, do not call Paw Patrol, y'all. He is fine. Me and my daughter are terribly chronically online. Me and my youngest, not my other children. We're terrible. I used to speak in movie quotes and now I speak in TikTok trends. It's just the way that it goes. I also like to, oh Lord, I remember little things like that. My brain is not filled with like useful knowledge of like math or I don't know. It's filled with useless things that are mostly useless. It can sometimes be helpful because there are times, oh, this is okay. Fantastic. I love this for me. Okay, whatever. We're gonna ignore this, okay? It's gonna look great. It's fun. Anyway, it's filled with useless facts that can sometimes be helpful. Like, truthfully, it can be. Plenty of times where it can be helpful. I don't even know if I'm still filming. I'm gonna laugh if I get up and it's not filming. Okay. Oh, no, still filming. 43 minutes. Oh, see how long it takes me to do this thing. Okay, now this one's done. Which one am I doing it to? Okay, to this guy. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, I'm gonna take a short break between this and section B. This is where I get annoyed. Right here where there feels like there's like so much extra fabric. I don't know. I should have been better. Oh, that's not bad at all. Look, see, I was worried for nothing. That's gonna piss me off though, that piece right there where it's kind of loose. I feel like I have to iron a crease into it, a little duck lip or something. I don't know. Anyway, here's one. This is section A. There's 2 of these, and then I'm gonna go make 2 of section B. Be right back. Okay, I swapped chairs. I brought my alphabetties. These ones, oh my God, okay. I really must have lost. These are, I think I lost the cue. Anyway, I had to have thrown it away because I have torn everything apart looking for these, looking for the stupid letter, and I couldn't find it. So I did the very most mature thing that I could do, and I just bought new alphabetties. Because that's what I do. I also realized when I was looking at my shot earlier that you could see my soda and my little ibuprofen. So we're gonna ignore that. Okay, so I'm out of A actually because we used them on the first half, so I just need B. We're not gonna talk about that. B, which is this little guy right here. C, which are these few left. D, E, and F. Okay. Right. E, D, and F. Okay. So, and I switched my chair, but the sucker, oh my God. It's like a little swivelly makeup chair. So, there's that. Okay, so we're doing this again with these guys and E. So, I'm making 2. This video is probably going to be about an hour, give or take. even with pre-cuts, to be honest, sewing does just take time. It's a time-consuming hobby, that's for sure. So I don't just make quilt tops. It is one of my favorite things to make because I do like the challenge. I have made so many frickin' quilt tops, and I've only quilted a few quilts. Like, I still have to finish quilting my daughter's bookcase quilt, which we're not going to talk about how long it's been, but it's a long time. It's real cute. I need to be able to give it to her so she can use it as a blanket. I'm hoping before the end of this year. And I've already started it, so I like have to keep going. But I just don't feel like my machines are like heavy enough for that. Oh, Lord, I'm going to lose everything. Here we go. And so anyway, there's that. And then I have my daughter's bunny quilt that I have to quilt. And again, I've started that. I'm actually almost done with that. That's like halfway done. I just got to do the top half and call it a day. I was going to do a crosshatch, but she's only getting diagonal lines. That's that. But I do really like to make pillowcases. I've made a ton of pillowcases. I use that term loosely, but I made several. For my oldest daughter's birthday, I made her 2 pillowcases. I made a pillowcase for my youngest daughter. I've made mini pillowcases to go with like mini travel pillows and stuff like that. And then I've made the mini pillows to go in those. For my mother-in-law's birthday, I made her the rag quilt, pillowcases, matching pillows, a tortilla warmer. I think I said it was the beginning of the video, but I don't remember. Bread bag, bowl cozies, which she is in love with. And then my son, I have made him a couple pillowcases as well for his birthday and stuff like that. So I watched a video from Jordan Fabrics where she talks about how like she talks about she makes pillowcases sometimes to go with her quilts that she makes, because it's just kind of nice to have a custom pillowcase. I agree. As I'm making this, I'm also wondering, like, can you guys even hear me when the sewing machine goes? We'll find out. If this whole video becomes a voiceover or music, then you'll know. But if you can hear me talking, then it's fine. Oh, my back is popping. I've also made the wiener dog blanket for my mom. Haven't quilted it. I still need to find a backing. That one I think I'm going to send to a long roamer for her. I want it to look cute, so I want to do like maybe like a wiener dog style on it or something. I don't know. I might make her 2 matching pillows for it. We'll see. And the Elizabeth Hartman patterns though, guys, I'm actually going to make the legendary because I have it and I want to make it for my boss at work. She's so sweet. She's the sweetest lady I've ever met in my whole life. And she really likes Bigfoot. And so the legendary quilt is basically Bigfoot and trees. So it's super cute. So I want to make it for her eventually. But I just haven't gotten around to it. So, but I might do that soon. I have all the fabric. I bought it a couple months ago before Joanne's, actually like a year ago, I think. I bought it because I was going to make it last Christmas. So almost a year, not quite. But anyway, I bought a whole bunch of fabric from Joanne's last spring. When I found out that you could, not that you could, well, I guess you could, use their 20% pick up in-store off coupon on Last Chance Fabric when it's 70% off. And I couldn't even begin to tell you, I bought a whole bunch of like kind of boring fabrics I probably wouldn't have chosen to like make in my quilt, but I was like, these would be really good backings because they're just kind of like blah, bland, whatever. And I bought a bunch of white on white, which was probably like the smartest thing I've ever done. But yeah, if you get it when it's 70% off and it's like $2 something a yard, and then you take another 25% off, it rolls down to almost like remnant pricing. So I bought a bunch of backings. I actually bought 7 yards of one that they just left on the vault for me. They rolled it right back up on the vault. I am really gonna miss Joann's. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm sad. I do have a couple local quilt shops here, but they're expensive. They're, you know, they're average pricing, $9-10 a yard. There is a couple that don't sell, like, even I have Ryan's and Bob's are the two real. There's a couple other ones, but like the two ones I would say that are most well known are Ryan and Bob's. And they repair products and stuff too, sewing machines and whatnot. But they do sell. Brian sells like Lori Holt, but they don't sell Kona cotton. They sell, I think, Bella solids. And I think the same thing, because for a while Bob's was selling Moda, because for my ramen quilt I had gotten a Moda, and when I sent my husband back because I ran out of the white, they didn't have it anymore. I had to get a Bella solid. So I know they switched what they were selling, I think, too. But, and trust me, I don't mind paying a good price for good quality fabric, right? Because that's what makes it nice and stable, and your quilt's gonna look good forever. But I also sometimes just want to go in and make like a rag quilt for my daughter and spend $3 a yard and buy 10 yards, and that's $30 instead of spending $10 a yard. And I buy 10 yards, it's $100, you know, and then I have to buy the backing, and I have to buy whatever, and you know, I don't know, I'll just miss it. Oh, that's real pretty. I like that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I think B and B. But yeah. So I was happier when I thought that they would at least keep a couple stores here in town, although then I found out that actually one of the stores did even close before. They were not even on the chopping block, and they just closed them. But now that none of the stores are staying open, I'm even more sad. And I have bought since they announced the closure, not because I think it's on good price. It was not a good price, but because I wanted the fabrics before they're gone. Like my youngest daughter, she wants to make herself a rag quilt, so I bought a bunch of flannel for her to make the rag quilt. And then I had been thinking of making reusable paper towels for a long time, and then I was like, well, now I have to like expedite that real quick, because obviously, right, like they're going out of business. So there goes my flannel. And they did have great selections. Their Halloween selection was like out of control. It was insane how much you didn't see that, how much they had and what kind of fabrics they had and everything like that. So anyway, it's a sad day for crafters for sure. I do shop online though, like Fat Quarter Shop. I shop there. I am a Sew Sampler subscriber, so I get their Sew Sampler and I try to get all their holiday boxes. And then I have a Fat Quarter subscription through Happy Little Stitch Shop, which is really cute. I get a Lori Holt Fat Quarter Club. I love it because I want to make the Kim Deal Spangle, and I feel just like a Mean Girls. Regina George wore flip-flops and combat shorts, so I did too. I saw Kimberly Jolly made hers. It's the one that she has in the back of most of her videos. Like, she just had a live stream the other day, and it's back there. And it looks really happy. It looks really, really cute. So I have enough Fat Quarters now. I've been a member of that club for like over a year. But also what I like about Lori Holt and her books and her patterns is typically, yes, you mostly just need Fat Quarters to complete them. you don't need yardage. The exception are the quilt seeds. The quilt seeds you do need yardage, but so when I saw Kimberly make the spangled with her Fat Quarter Club, which they do have their own Fat Quarter Club, Fat Quarter shop, I was like, cool, I can do that. So I'm saving my fat quarters for that. Plus, a lot of her books can be made with fat quarters without a problem, so it's pretty good. E. Here's E. Okay. Lord, where did you go? I can hear you rattling around. There you are. As I'm running over cords and such. Okay. Let's put you back. Oh, B and C can go back too. Oh my gosh, this chair. No, just B. C's still right there. This chair. This is the only reason I like downstairs, because it's hardwoods down here, and up here it's carpet, so I get stuck in the carpet. Okay, E is done. No, oh, look, see, I said E was done, but I in fact. Huh. That's what I feel like right now. Huh. Okay. Okay, whatever. We'll just live with it. Okay, so I need C and D. Okay. Now these guys are finished. I can put these back without fear. Okay. Anyway. Oh, that's a pretty cut. See, and like, See, it's different. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Anyway, that's where I get confused. But it's fine. It's fine. This is correct. What is this? C and D. D. Lord help me. C. Yeah, D goes right here. Anyway. We're not gonna talk about it. This is how I messed up the last one. It's already getting stupid on me. Anyway, I can see the benefits in not doing any editing of your video and just uploading it as is, because honestly, I wouldn't want to listen to this back. So good luck to you guys. I appreciate your commitment. If you're still watching, I appreciate the commitment. I heard Kimberly Jolly one time say, and it stuck with me forever. She was like, I get annoyed with myself, so if you're still here, thank you. I was like, girl, that's the most realist thing I'd ever heard anybody say. Like, yeah, I'm annoying. I wholeheartedly am annoying. Oh my God, that's so hot. To myself. So congratulations that you want to listen to me jabber on for however long this video is. I guess I'll see how the video does. I'm going to have like one view. It's going to be my husband, because he is a real one. He watches everything I do. The minute I post a TikTok, he likes it first. He watches it first. Like he's my biggest fan. I love him. He's so great. So if I have one view, I know it's you. So thank you. If I have more than one view, I could possibly be talking to strangers, which would be even better. Like in Julie and Julia, where she's like, I had 10 comments and I didn't know a single person who commented on my blog. So, and I'm going to say right now, I don't know what my channel is going to be like. Mostly, I am focusing on sewing, because that's the whole purpose, is I want to be able to sew more. And, don't mind that. That was just me sitting on the presser foot. I want to have a reason. I mean, I don't need a reason, right? Like, I can just do whatever I want, but sometimes I feel like the pressure to sit your ass down at a machine, oops, future me, edit that out. sit down at a machine and sew, like, because people are waiting, possibly, then it's worth it. You know? Otherwise, I just come home and I feel sad because I'm tired and my drive takes like 100 years to get home from work. It only takes 40 minutes, but it might as well take 100 years. Okay, so now you're gonna do this one, B with E, to make another square and square, but in two different ways. This is pretty. And what's great about this too, I think, is that it's the same blocks, right? Like everybody who's oh my gosh. Everybody who's making the large is making these same blocks, right? I'm making these, if, you know, whoever's making the large quilt is doing the same stuff, but it's all gonna look so different because of the fabrics. I'm really interested to see, what was it, the Northcott one, which was like the jewel, almost the jewel tones, I think it was. The night, the Raven looked really nice, which is black and white, but I don't know, when I looked last time when Tree of Life was going on, and the, I don't know, some of the lighter colors just didn't pop as good. And that time I didn't like the neon that they had going. They had, I might have been Tulip Pink, I'm not 100% sure, but they had a neon, like super bright color for Tree of Life, and I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. This one did sell out, however. This would be. I know this one sold out at least twice. I know it sold out once and they got some more. I wound up getting it because I did Tree of Life, Lord, I was able to get, not sneak, but sort of looking for pre-access or whatever. Oh, what? Why? Oh, okay. Thanks, scared me. I was able to get like early access to this Flyway. I won't have early access for the spring because you had to do Wild West, and I should have done Wild West because Ghost Town is so cute. That fabric is flippin' adorable. I don't know why I didn't do it. I think because I was like still doing this one. I was doing the Farm Girl Vintage Block of the Month, which if you ever, and again, this is just my opinion, okay? I don't want anybody to come for me. I don't want anybody to think anything of it. But I do think that out of the blocks of the month, I think that Cotton Cuts is a better value. The block is cheaper. I felt like I was paying a whole lot of money for the Stitch in Heaven one, and it wasn't pre-cut, it was regular. It was you DIY cutting, right? Like you get they sent you the fabric and then you cut it, and it didn't feel very generous, the fabric. Like if you messed up, you could not fix it with what you had. You either had to call them and ask them for fabric, and say like, oh, oops, I messed up, I cut this wrong, or you had to get your own stash because it just was not enough. They'd be like, they'd send you a 4-inch square and you'd cut out a 2.5-inch square, which is fine, I understand, but I felt for the price that I was paying, that it should have been a little bit more generous. I paid, oh my god, $40 a month with shipping. It was ridiculous. It was, in my opinion, ridiculous. Again, in my opinion, guys, okay? I felt it was pretty crazy, the pricing on that, personally. That's not necessarily to say like it was or wasn't. It's just what I felt was not a good value. I did almost do the Quilted Scarecrow because I was like, cool. And then they sent out a letter. They also don't necessarily do it in, for the Lori Holtz, they're not all Lori Holt fabrics. They kind of do similar schemes. They might do some Lori Holt fabric, but not necessarily are they all Lori Holt fabrics. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It was cute. They're cute fabrics. But so anyway, they switched it from regular to pre-cuts, and their pre-cut price is even more. It's like $49 a month or $45. It was a lot more than I was willing to pay, and I just thought, no thanks. Which I understand. The Quilted Scarecrow is a lot of flippin' fabric, okay? Because I wound up buying the kit. One day I went to Fat Quarter Shop and I bought the kit. I think I pre-ordered it actually, and I bought the backing. So don't get me wrong. It's like $180, $200. I don't remember. I mean, it wasn't cheap, okay? Like, this wasn't cheap for sure. But I don't know. I felt like that was crazy. When Cotton Cuts can get you a small kit for $22 a month that they cut with AccuQuilt themselves. Like, that to me was a better deal. So anyway, all that to say, I didn't do Wild West because I was paying too much already. But this time I think I am. I don't know. If I decide to do the fall one, I will only do one. I'll do one size. Because it is expensive. Like, no joke, it is expensive to do it. Because I'm buying a small and a large. I'm doing both of them. I'm doing small and large, so it's like double the cost. But again, it was because like my daughter wanted this one, and I was like in love with the Little House on the Prairie one, so I said, well, whatever. The world's going to, you know, I'm young. I can still make more money. It's fine. That's how I look at it. Anyway. So that's what I'll do. But if oh Lord, that's a lot. If I do the fall one, I'll just pick one. I might just do the large. It just depends on what the fabric selection is going to be too, because at the end of the day, like that I could change my mind and I could be back to doing two, because I don't have self-control, you know. Currently, speaking of no self-control, I still have, okay, in queue. Okay, I'm gonna lose a point on that, but that's fine because I won't get that weird extra fabric bulge. I can't even begin to tell you. I still, okay, and there's no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone, guys. Okay, I'm just pointing that out here. At least I hope it is, because I'm about to lay some real depressing facts on you guys. I still have the quilted scarecrow I have to do. Okay, I'm behind. Well, yes and no, I'm behind. They're still running it, so as long as I can finish it before they finish it, or finish it on time, that works for me too. Okay, so I have the quilted scarecrow. Okay. I have the Living in the Moment, which is the Living in Liberty quilt. Ooh, I didn't lose. I didn't. I mean, maybe it's right there. Like right there. Didn't lose it. Anyway, the Living in Liberty quilt from Country Quilts. Okay, have that one. Okay, I have to finish that one. I have as well, on top of that, this other quilt kit that I bought from them called On the Farm. Super cute. I have the Pacific Northwest one that I have to do too. We're not going to talk about it, okay? I have the block of the month from Happy Little Stitch Shop, which is my quilt seeds for the autumn quilt seeds, which are the pumpkins, okay? I have all the fabric. I even got the finishing kit. I will tell you, I was really impressed with that block of the month, because most of the time you have to buy the finishing kit separately. Did not have to. She included it in the price, so I'm super pleased over that. She didn't include it in the price. I paid extra, but I didn't have to like put myself on a wait list for it. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening here. Why are we doing this? Basically it was shipped with my last one, and I did pay, like, I paid for it. I paid like $115 for it. But anyway, the point is, just a baby. But anyway, I have those that I have to go, and I have this, and I still have to do the other one. Again, this is a no judgment zone, guys. This is why I'm filming, okay? And now I'm gonna check to see if I'm still filming. Yeah, still good. Okay. But this is why I'm filming, because this gives me the reason. If you're a Hoobastank fan, you just sang that out loud. But it gives me the reason to sew and to get caught up, because I literally watched Andrea from Arkansas Girls make, I can't even begin to tell you how many quilts that woman has made, because she makes it a point to sew like 3 times a week. And I said, you know what? That's what I want to do. That's what I'm gonna do. Because if I have to get up here and yap to myself for an hour a day to make sure I'm sewing it, then that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'll iron you in a minute. Yeah, and it gives me the motivation. Oh, and then check to see if I got my point or not. We'll see. See, and I have seen guide tape, and this does not line up with that. I couldn't tell you which is right and which is wrong. Yay! Look at that. She's pretty. Okay. Let me iron this, and then I sew one last piece on. This video is going to be over an hour. We're not going to talk about it. I hope I get faster. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I also want to finish my Farm Girl Vintage, so I might start sewing that on here too, because I do want to finish that. I really like that blanket. I got the books. I think my girlfriend bought me that one. I got Farm Girl Vintage too. My husband bought it for me, but then my coworker, who's a quilter, I love her, she bought me Farm Girl Vintage for Christmas one year. So there's that. But I want to finish that quilt, and I do have enough Lori stash. Like, if I do have all the fabric from the quilt from the block of the month, because I did finish it. I did wind up finishing the block of the month. So I have like all of the months, and I have the finishing and everything. So did I lose that point? Ooh, just a little smidge, but it's fine. So I do have it. I just got to cut them and finish them. I think I'm up to like K or whatever, grandma's kettle or something. That one I'm missing. I am missing a block. Like, I had the fabric and I don't know what I did with it. So that one was my fault. I'm not calling Stitch and having to get that back. I didn't lose. Let me rephrase. My post office did lose not the finishing. I will say though, I know I just said that they were expensive. They are. That is not a lie, okay? Because it's quite expensive, but you get the backing, so I can see the cost. I do understand the cost. I didn't lose the backing kit. What I lost was, I don't know if you've ever seen the book, but the border has a bunch of flying geese and the sashing, and so that was the set that the post office lost for me. They also lost, for some reason, my Tree of Life number 8, I think it was. I had to call Cotton Cuts to get that, because I was like putting it together and I was like, I'm missing a flipping block. I'm missing a whole set of blocks. So anyway, they were really good. Cotton Cuts, oh my god, their customer service is fabulous. I wrote them, they wrote me back right away. I was like, I don't know what happened. I'm like behind on my blocks, so I didn't realize that I was missing one. And they were like, oh no, that's so terrible. Let me get you one right away. Now, it's right away is not right away, and I'm not mad about it, to be honest, because I didn't think there was anything wrong with the way that it worked out. They send it out like the next month's shipment, which was fine. But they replaced it free of charge. She didn't charge me anything for it, so I thought it was fabulous. I love that. I think that's so sweet. But Cotton Cuts customer service is fantastic. I'm also doing their Tim Holtz, and I'm like so behind. I didn't even finish pink. I didn't even finish the first month. I think I still have a block on my design board downstairs. So. Okay, so here is block section 1B. That's pretty. And I gotta make sure because your girl be forgetting. Okay, so yeah. See, that's what it's supposed to look like. I guess I could look right here. We could do this. Yeah, 2 of these and then 2 of these. So let's look together to make sure that I know what I'm doing. There's 1, that's correct. And there's 2. They match. Yes. Okay. So what I like to do with these is grab the bag that it came in, stick them in here with my clue. I don't prepay. This one I didn't prepay. I did prepay for the Tim Holtz because I thought I was going to get it all at once. I was so excited, and I don't. I get it once a month, but it's fine because I got a cool bag. But anyway, I put them in here, and I stick them in here until they're ready to go. I keep them in an art bin so that I have them. But anyway, there you go. That is the large with Freebird Untamed by Tula Pink in the Flyway. Anyway, see you guys on the flip side.